Howdy everybody, ArgonMatrix here. Welcome to episode 154 of The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. We're going to try a daily challenge today. We're going to play as Blue Baby. Let's see where we go to here. Looks like we go to Satan by the look of that upside down cross. Not going to check the scores just yet to give me any sort of inkling of how this run may or may not go. Let's give it a shot here. I'm so used to saying the seed right off the bat, but there is no seed for a daily challenge, or at least no visible seed. It's nice to play as a character who can actually take damage for once in my life, though. I just got off the back of that Keeper run in the previous video, and playing as Keeper and Lost exclusively today. So being able to play as Blue Baby, who is at least like a moderate step up from those characters, is pretty solid. Although at the same time, Blue Baby is not my ideal character to play as. Oh, that was actually pretty swanky dodging, if I do say so myself. You gotta keep in mind that dodging on the daily run is a very effective means to maintain your score. Although, I don't know, I feel like I might be more inclined to go for speed than score on most of these daily runs, if I go for any sort of leaderboard position. Most of the time I'm just gonna try and win the run. Which more often than not is like a viable tactic just to like get a pretty decent leaderboard position. Obviously you're not gonna be the top of the top if you just go for the win. Sometimes you gotta cheese the hell out of the game in order to get what you want out of it, to get those like 60, 70,000 point scores. You're not just beating Satan on that sort of a run. You're breaking the game wide fucking open. But for me, I think, especially because I still have to do those achievements where I win 5 in a row and stuff, and play 30 in a row, there's ample opportunity to just have some fun with these daily challenges. Range and luck up is fine for me. The luck upgrade especially is going to be pretty nice. We are playing on normal mode though, so the consumables should be a little more common regardless. Although that seems more anecdotal evidence than actual factual, even though I'm pretty sure it is a fact that consumables are more common in normal mode. It just doesn't feel that way sometimes. Luck of the draw, I guess. Regardless, we're going to have a good time in this run. We did win our first daily run, so we've got our streak going. Got to get those five wins in a row, and then we'll be smooth sailing at that point. We got Power Pill. We also got Relax, which fits in the theme of Blue Baby at least. So I should be using the poop a little bit more, I guess. Do you get any sort of like points, like positive or negative, for using your spacebar item? I'm not sure. I know like picking up other spacebar items that you don't intend on using is not advised, because you lose points for just picking up the items, for just merely touching them. But I hate this. There we go, he's dead. He's dead, Jim. Ooh, nice little funky small rock there. Imagine most people probably got that as well though, so it's not any sort of great advantage to us at this point. I mean, it is just in terms of sheer survivability, but as far as like leaderboard position, I'm going to talk about that like from time to time on the dailies, but it really is not my prime focus on the dailies. Like I said, my prime focus on any Isaac run, any run of any game really, is to have fun, as far as I'm concerned. If you're not having fun, why are you playing the game, man? Go find something else fun to do. Read a book. Go, you know, to college. Get a bachelor's degree in botany or something. Make something of yourself. They're going to need botanists when we go to Mars in 20 years. But I digress. I mean, will they actually need botanists when they go to Mars? I mean, probably. I mean, they'll probably not be like just like a specific slot for like, if you are a botanist, apply here. You probably need to be a botanist and also have other skills that are pertinent to it. It's like they're not just going to send any old like random person, or they're not going to send like 200 million people to Mars, because they all each have an individual skill that, when put together as a cohesive group unit, will create a will help to establish like a better colonial life on Mars, you know? I'm talking out my ass for the most part. I don't know what they want. They probably, at this point, they probably just mostly want astronauts, I would assume, for Mars missions, but that's still a ways off even for them, even for the top of the line astronauts. It's quite a ways away. Ooh, the D6. Alright, this is gonna make this daily quite varied for sure. The Halo is absolutely worth taking. Full health is totally worthless, unfortunately, but c'est la vie. Yeah, the D6 on a daily run is always an interesting proposition because people have different value propositions for items that they are willing to take. Like, some people might have seen the Halo there and been like, that's pretty good, but I think I can do better, especially if they hadn't taken any like damage up to that point. They might have been like, I'm in a pretty decent spot HP wise anyway, my stats are okay, I think I'm gonna go for broke and try to get something better than that. And then they re-rolled the Halo and either got like total shit or they got like mom's knife or something, and then they're living a whole different world than I am right now. So the D6 early on, especially on a daily run, really switches things up, makes you unsure of how the top of the line players even got to that point in the leaderboard. But we're just gonna try our damnedest here. Play to the best of our ability, hopefully get something nice out of our deal with the devil if we can take it here. Experimental treatment, probably might end up re-rolling that, so we'll leave it for now. Ooh, that's good though. Yeah, I think I'll re-roll experimental treatment here into Wooden Spoon, which, you know, is not the greatest, but having 1.5 speed early on is totally fine too, in terms of sheer dodging capability. We got in here. Curse rooms early on, I think, are worth checking. Once you get to like the depths and beyond, they're probably not worth it for the point penalty, but early on, like in the caves and basement and stuff, should be fine. That was really bad damage, honestly. What do we got in here? Could be worth it, but I mean, I may go and do it just for the actual point bonus, but like I said, points, it's the game where the points don't matter. For the most part, anyway. Like, admittedly, like, I do say, like, I say stuff like, oh, I don't really care about my position on the leaderboard, but I am a naturally competitive person, so, like, when I'm playing the daily, when I'm in the midst of it, in the heat of the moment, I'm like, what can I do right now to maximize my score? It's like, I don't care, obviously, no, but, you know, if I did care, here's what I would do, and that's sort of how it's been going. Linger Bean, I think we can do better than that. Even got a battery charge up here to try and take advantage of that with. If we're lucky. Okay. I'm also going to go ahead and... Oh, I can't because I don't have a key anymore. Never mind. Never you mind. Alright. Go for broke. What do we got? Betrayal. Starting to wish I had just taken Gemini. It's probably the best of the ones we've seen from that treasure room so far, but... It's okay. Even if, like, we end up not taking anything from there or end up sticking with Betrayal or whatever, it's not like we're missing out too much. Gemini was not what's going to make the hugest difference on this run, as I'm sure you can imagine. Can you get this guy out of here? My damage is good. My accuracy, not so much. I've just been not hitting at all lately. Duct tape, I don't know if that does apply to Halo Flies. I don't think I actually want that then, because I think having the Halo Flies rotate around me to have a bit of more wide coverage of shots that they can block is a little more effective, in theory anyway, than just having them frozen in one spot. Regardless, it probably looks like we're not going to have another charge for the D6 by the end of this floor, so, well, I mean, we could explore a little bit more. There is an exploration bonus that I never really noted in the previous daily run that I did, so, okay, well, that really was beautiful. Let's just go ahead and take Betrayal, I guess. That was the worst of all damage. That'd be embarrassing if I just, like, died super early on this. Manu, what are you doing down there? Hey, get away from there. She's just hanging out by the computer. I'm always, like, nervous when she's just hanging out, like, behind the computer tower. It's like, cats shouldn't be there. Oh, good. Fucking Bighorn, dude. It always feels like when you're in a bit of a dire position, Bighorn's always there to give you his shit-eating grin that no one cares for. It's not the worst boss I could be facing at this moment, but he's up there, you know. He's a bit of a nuisance. I remember him being a lot worse when Afterbirth Plus came out, like when it first initially launched. Is that just like me like misremembering or like still learning the patterns of the boss at that point? Or did he actually get patched? I think he did get patched to like have a lot less HP or something. Or no, you know what it was? I think he had boss armor at some point, and now he doesn't. So like he used to be like the Hush or Ultra Greed, in that he would have scaling health, which is weird for like a just like a normal boss. But now I'm pretty sure he does not. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't even the case. Maybe that's just a rumor that was flying around that never got officially verified, and he just had like a shit ton of HP randomly. But I mean, I say randomly, but he is a big boss, and you generally think that big bosses like that would have a lot of HP. I hate this room. I always have hated it. I always will hate it. Betrayal. Turn on your friends. Betrayal actually helped out a strangely like large amount there. Normally betrayal's not something you're really that interested in. Charm effects in general are not super great in this game, but they do have their uses, as you saw right there. There we go. Halo Flies, honestly, keeping it all together here, keeping it real. Here with the fattest beats this side of the basement. It's Halo Flies, keeping it real. On IZEK FM. IZEK. So Pulse Worm I don't think makes literally like any difference. Part of me wants to believe that when the shots are bigger they do more damage, and when they're smaller they do less damage, but I'm pretty sure that's just not true. I think it's just a cosmetic thing. But it is like one of my favorite cosmetic worms anyway. There are worms, some of the other worms that actually have benefits, like, you know, Whipworm and Tapeworm and stuff, and those are obviously top of the line. But as far as the cosmetic ones go, like Pulse Worm and fucking, I mean, Wiggle Worm, I guess, kinda. Fucking Hoop Worm or Loop Worm or Shoop de Whoop Worm. So I would be very upset to just die on this run. I'm pretty close to that, and I don't want that to happen, because if I die on a daily run, that's just like it, and I can't really do much else on that video. I could just go and like randomly do another run, I guess, if I wanted to. The virus, I don't know if it's going to be a huge advantage for me, but I think it was worth taking there. Minor speed downgrade, but potential upsides of it could be pretty nice, especially if I get some black hearts or something out of it if I'm lucky. Gonna need some more HP first off to make that a viable tactic, though. Got Telepills, which, okay, well, this is interesting. I'm gonna try and take out Double Ragman here. It's a bit of a tough gauntlet, but I think if I can get a nice reward out of these guys, like I think like if anyone else managed to get to this glitch room, which I imagine a few people probably would, I don't think taking pills just random like that is that uncommon of a strategy. Then and that Telepill's probably, it's like predestined to take you to the glitch room here. I don't know if everyone will want to fight that, and we'll get an extra key out of it, which is not the greatest in the world, but not the worst either. Skip the rest of that floor, but we did get Holy Mantle out of it, so there goes my my argument I was going to make, or like my fear, I guess, of me dying, because the odds of me dying with Holy Mantle now are much less, I would say, much lesser. So you've seen how like broken Holy Mantle is on the Lost. On just like a normal run as Blue Baby or whoever else, it's just unnecessary, my friends. It's just so good. Especially once you can grab like one of these and we'll be in business. See if we can get something nice out of our treasure room here. Do you take Tech Point 5 or Adrenaline? I mean, Adrenaline doesn't actually do anything for us because we can't have red hearts. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Tech Point 5, but the potential for Spun was in the back of my mind there. That's kind of why I was considering that. If I'd taken experimental treatment like early on, then we might have been speaking on different terms right now. Ansu's, I will save Ansu's actually. I will save Ansu's. I think I'm on the right path anyway for this floor, so I'll save it for the next one or something. Save it for where it actually matters, right? My innate mapping capabilities are seconds to none. As you can clearly see, we'll be coming upon the boss in the next 2 or 3 rooms. Just trust me on it. Just gotta have faith, faith, faith. You gotta have faith, faith, faith. Good stuff. I said 2 or 3 rooms, so if it's the next room, then you owe me a beer that I won't drink because I don't like beer, but you still owe it to me because I'm that much of a cocky asshole. There it is. All right, we got the boss fight. It's actually a double trouble boss. Little horn here. I always feel weird when I say that. I'm like so surprised that that's actual Isaac terminology, that these double boss fights are actually called double trouble bosses. It just seems like so out of left field as far as Isaac goes, but I don't know. It just doesn't, the name just doesn't fit with the game. But maybe that's just me. Okay, deal with this guy real quick. We got HP out of this, which actually might let us take our deal with the devil, wheresoever it may be. Ooh, the Eye of Belial. I'm taking it, dude. With Holy Mantle on my side, nothing can stop me. I say as I die to a champion on the next floor, like instantly, but no, I'm not gonna jinx it. We're not. I mean, I kind of just did, I guess, but we're not gonna think about that any more than we have to. What do we got here? Give me some balls of steel or something. Telepills, full health, and I can see forever. Actually, pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and telepills out here. Took me a little bit closer to my destination, so that's nice. Eye of Belial is gonna be pretty solid, I would think, in our success here. I don't know how many people are gonna even get the opportunity to take that, but I'm glad to have it. So the thing about dailies is I never know like how far removed I am from the standard daily crowd. You know what I mean? Ooh, store credit. Where's the store on this floor? It's actually pretty close to the boss, so I can hopefully get something nice out of that. If I get some keys, man, that's the main thing right now. I need those keys before anything can happen. So hopefully we'll just get like a fucking skeleton key in our treasure room here. Can that even happen? Or in our secret room even. I know that can happen, but in our treasure room I'm not sure what items can even give us keys that frequently. Although we can't actually get into our treasure room, so never mind. We did get, what's this, Eye of Greed? Eye of Greed, gold tears. So this actually causes some of our tears to have the Midas's touch effect, I think, which is interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and use this key on the shop, I think, actually. Okay, I don't know if this was necessarily worth it. Let's go ahead and re-roll and take champion belt. Then we're gonna go ahead and grab that and blow this up just cause. Get a move on with our lives. Maybe get a key out of this fight. Oh, could be. Oh, we actually did get a key, so we can access our fucking treasure room and get the best of both worlds. Hell yeah. Yeah, Eye of Greed comes up like so... It doesn't come up regularly enough for it to matter most of the time is the thing. But it is cool. It is a very cool effect to be able to use the Midas's touch effect without actually having to touch the enemies. I think that's probably why it's such a rare item, is because it actually is like very good. But you only ever see it in secret rooms, I'm pretty sure. So unless you're scavenging those, which I often miss out on. I often miss out on a lot of secret room items solely because it's like not worth it to me often to go out of the way for it. Alright, gonna go ahead and take the Polaroid here for Polaroid invincibility potential. Oh, the wafer though. That wafer. I think it's probably worth it to take the wafer here. We are gonna have to fight boss rush without Holy Mantle on our side anymore, but hopefully we can still make that work. If we can actually use, with the Polaroid, we can use the virus to better effect here. And with the wafer as well, we should be doing some solid work here, honestly. Getting, hopefully, enough black hearts to subsist for a little while anyway. Get these guys out of here. Oh, we actually got like a couple black hearts out of that, I think. Yeah, we're gonna be fine on this boss rush, I'm pretty sure. Might take a little bit of dumb damage and take some unnecessary point penalties for that damage, but I think it's worth it in the long run for sheer survivability. The wafer especially could be pretty huge. I don't know. I mean with Holy Mantle it's not going to be that huge, I don't think, but could come in handy for sure. Try and deal with this guy. He's getting fucked in the corner here. Hell yeah. Gotta love that kind of action. I mean, regardless of what items there were in Boss Rush here, we were going to end up fighting it, because more often than not, you do want to end up fighting Boss Rush on a on a daily run. Boss Rush and Hush if you can swing it. Like, I think the actual best outlet for points on this run is going down to the Void. Because I think I remember hearing something about that. Like if a run only goes to Satan or Isaac, if it only goes to the Shield or the Cathedral, then you should aim to go for the Void instead, because it's more points, like, on average. I think I heard that, so maybe we'll try and make that happen, because that could be somewhat interesting. Plus, if we can beat Delirium, then I'd be pretty happy with this run for sure. And I think we're in a pretty good defensive and offensive, honestly, position to try and do that. Our offense does leave a little bit to be desired still. We could still do with more damage for sure. But, it's doing just fine, honestly. Like between Holy Mantle and the Wafer, I think we're gonna be on this run for a little while, especially and the virus, honestly, too. Make a pretty big difference. Because I think as long as I've infected an enemy with the virus once, they have a chance to pay out with a Blackheart. That's been going in my favor for the most part on this run, from what I've seen. Okay, watch out for the bloat there. Yeah, bloated, son. Oh, the fucking Chad did get bloated, actually. Got annihilated by the bloat. Oh god, he's frozen in his death state. Or not his death state, but in his... He's about to shoot out some beams or some crap like that. No siree. So we do have Piercing Tears, which is nice for the Mask of Infamy here for sure. Nice hard counter to him. Most of the time, anyway. Is he dead already? He is actually dead already, alright. Good stuff. Getting a lot of money out of this, too, which is, you know, not the biggest deal in the world, but it does help in terms of our actual point score. Just raw consumable gain is a very big aspect of points. That's why, like, when you get, like, Blank Card Yera or some crap. Or not Blank Card Yera. Well, actually, yeah, Blank Card Yera. And then, like, the D20 or some garbage, you can roll into some pretty amazing amounts of points. If you get lucky in that regard. It's oftentimes one of the easiest ways to break a daily. From what I've heard, anyway. I've never really done that sort of thing on a daily. It seems to take a very long time in order to actually accumulate a massive amount of points in any regard. Get fucked, adversary. Adversary! Oh, yeah, nice shot. Just killed Monstro for me. You're too kind. Now, can you drop a Blackheart? Then that would be just, like, the greatest thing in the world, honestly. He did not. That's okay. I am getting a little low on HP. I'm starting to notice. This blue fan will actually pay out with a Spirit Heart, though, so that'll help out a little bit here. I could really do with more Blackheart payouts, though. But I think we're still going to be fine. Maybe not as far as our point score goes, but as far as our being aliveness goes, I think we're going to be totally fine by the end of this boss rush. Pretty sure I infected both of them there with the virus, so hopefully one of them will pay out with some black hearts at some point here. Ooh, this is scary, though. It's a bit scary. Is the Stain still alive? He is, and he keeps popping up, like, right fucking under me like an asshole. At least he paid out with a black heart. Alright, so we got Harlequin Baby there, which is, you know, basically entirely worthless, but we did survive boss rush at least, so I'm happy with that. Got a nice little point injection out of that. Go ahead and, ooh, we got the dog tooth. I actually forgot about the dog tooth. It was like such an inconsequential pickup on this run, but it could actually be quite valuable because finding secret rooms, I think, does give you a decent amount of points as far as like the exploration bonus and stuff goes. So hopefully we can use that to our advantage in some regard here. I'm betting the secret room is like just, yeah, it's got to be just south of this room now. I'm hoping anyway. Got Ace of Clubs there. Actually could be somewhat valuable in a room like this. Yeah, I think just having the extra bombs would be nice. Probably could have waited until I actually killed the keeper, or not the keeper, till I kill greed in order to do that, but nice to have a little bit of extra money too, because we're probably going to be going down to the Hush fight in the near future. The only like main staple this run is missing out on right now is like some ability to fly or something. That would be what would make this run absolutely just mwah, a little chef kiss. Just so succulent and great. This is a very powerful run, and I imagine it's not like unusually powerful. Like I think like a lot of people are probably going to end up this powerful on their own daily runs. We actually got that, so I didn't need to sit down a second bomb there, but oh well. Ooh, I can see forever. I'll save that for the next floor because we already got both secret rooms on this floor. Yeah, I don't think like us being this powerful is indicative of us scoring well in this daily, but we will be able to win at the very least. In theory, anyway. I don't know if I'm probably, like, the more I've been thinking about it, the more I don't really want to go down to Delirium, because, yeah, it would be, like, good for our point total, but the odds of us actually winning against Delirium, even with all of our advantages right now, are pretty not great. Like, on the average run, regardless of how strong you are on most runs, unless you're, like, insipidly strong in the right ways, I feel like my personal odds of beating Delirium on any given run are like 30%. And that's not enough for me to really warrant trying that out, especially on when I'm trying to go for 5 wins in a row on these daily runs. So I think I'm probably going to forego that potential strategy for more points. But if you're playing a daily like this, where it only goes to Satan or Isaac, keep that in mind for sure if you're going for the points. Gonna go ahead and reroll that. That's honestly fine. I'm missing out too much on the speed upgrade. Could have been a good pill, I guess, but we may never know. Use that, blow this up, because why would you not? Got telepills and full health. Let's go ahead and just crack a telepills, see where it lands us. Took us like literally one room over, which is kind of silly. I'll try that though. Ooh, IV bag. Basically completely worthless for us, but you know, it's a reroll target at least for the D6 if we feel like backtracking, which we may or may not. I haven't decided yet. Mummy. I don't know why I said that. That's just the voice that I was using, I guess. That sort of young, petulant British child voice. Mummy. Ooh, I'll take Explosivo. Why not? I mean, there's actually a pretty good reason why not, because it does somewhat decrease your DPS in some regards, but I think it's fine. It's gonna be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be funny. Watching enemies explode and having these big-ass tears cling to their face. Like I said, I'm here to have fun for the most part, so who really cares? A speed upgrade and an HP upgrade out of that. I do not mind in the slightest. Managed to get here in time for the Hush fight, so let's go ahead and get her done. I may actually want to go exploring just a little bit more on this floor, just so I can get a charge ready on the D6 for the blue womb. In case my... Oh, I only have one fucking key. Ooh, that's gonna be a bit of an awkward time for sure. Do I even want to go to the Hush fight now? That's a good question. Let's see what our deal with the devil has to offer first. Ooh, you know what? I'm just gonna take it. I'm going to take it. I'm going to not think about it. I'm going to not go to the Hush fight, I think, even though it is good points. Like I said, I'm more concerned with surviving this run and winning it than I am with getting max points. In the future, after we've gotten this like five daily streak thing done with, then I'll consider like going for more point-based strategies. But at this point, I don't think it's of the utmost importance, you know? Let's just go ahead and try and get to Satan and win this run. It might be a little bit boring, I know, just as far as the run itself goes. I'm not taking a huge amount of risks or anything. I probably could have tried the Hush fight there, but with the amount of HP that I had, I just didn't think. I don't know why I did that. I guess I just didn't see the pits in between me and the fires. I just think the odds were not in my favor as far as the Hush fight went. I may have been wrong, who knows. I'm gonna go ahead and pick this up, just cuz, and then we'll go ahead and re-roll it as well. into. We got Pisces, actually, which is totally fine. Knockback might be a little bit annoying, but otherwise not too bad. We're coming into the close of this run. I really do not see any potential for us to lose this run, regardless of how like well or poorly we play here. With between Maw of the Void and the Virus, we're going to be getting a bunch of black hearts in theory. We also have the Wafer, so if Holy Mantle even does pop, we're still going to be taking half damage, so it's like we have 8 hearts effectively. We'll be fine. The Satan fight is pretty imminent. We're very powerful. There is no chance of losing this run. Of course, you say that, and then a Wayward 6 room or something just comes and ruins everything. Not that I would have to take it, but now I would like have to take it because I said it. So it'd be like, oh, he predicted the future. There we go. Is this his time? Is he gonna wimp out and not take the 6th room? I don't think so. I think I would take the 6th room at that point. It's a big if though. If that 6th room spawns. Also, I should theoretically be looking out, I guess, for self-sacrifice rooms so I can get down to the dark room. That would be about the only way to make this run even more potentially point scaling. Although, like I said, I probably shouldn't be worrying about that much. I don't know though. I don't know. I think I'm probably gonna be content to just beat Satan here and call it a victory. Not gonna be the most, not gonna be the fastest run, not gonna be the highest scoring in points, obviously, but I'll be happy with the outcome. Go ahead and do it, Satan. Do it to it. Fucking Eye of Belial. I love the Eye of Belial, dude. It's just so fucking good. I don't even care that I'm taking damage like a madman here. I mean, I've taken 1 hit. Technically 2, I guess, if you count the Holy Mantle one. But, you know, like, I didn't even count the Polaroid into my equation when I was considering just how busted this run is right now. But it is very, very busted. There we go. Are we going to get a Void Portal? That would have been the icing on the cake just to, like, stick it to me. It's like, put your money where your mouth is, asshole. 865 and 291 in terms of time. I'm actually, like, rather surprised at how well we did in both respects there, but there you go. Good stuff. Honestly, just, like, being able to survive a run is usually enough to net you some decent placement on the leaderboards there. Regardless, I hope you guys did enjoy that run. If you did, please leave a like and or comment down below. It really helps out the channel. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more. I post a single Isaac video every single day, or try to anyway. Been keeping it up semi-regularly as of late, so fingers crossed we can maintain that. Regardless, I'm going to hop out of here now, so have yourselves a good day. This is ArgonMatrix signing out. Thank you and good night.